Everyone, and welcome to another edition of Office Hours Live, the weekly live stream show directly into the Zenler official Facebook group. So if you're here watching this with me right now, then you are in the right place. You've found the Zenler official group, and you're going to get to listen to this Office Hours and a whole heap of other lives that we do throughout the course of each and every month. So Office Hours. Firstly, let me welcome you. So obviously every week we get new people come in, they come and find Zenler, they find it as a platform, they decide they want to bring their courses over, start becoming a course creator, and they've found the platform, they've been introduced to it by maybe one of our partners, or they've gone on the socials and found us, and they've decided to come along, and they end up in this group. Now, this might be your first day, I don't know, it could be your first hour, it might be you've been here for some time. But we run Office Hours every week, and the reason that we do it is so people can watch it back or come on live if they wish, just to find out a little bit more about the platform, where they can get the type of support they might be looking for. So the first part of Office Hours, we just do a quick focus on one of the areas where you can get support, how you can access it, and all of those types of things. And the second part of Office Hours is where we'll pick a part of the system and go, right, let's have a look at this area. Have you looked at it properly? Do you understand it? And then we'll delve a little bit into that. And of course, if you've got questions, you want to talk to me, have a chat, then by all means, stick your questions in the chat, and we'll come back to those towards the end before we head off of Office Hours. So the first thing we are going to do this week, so let's start right at the beginning, and the beginning is we're going to go over and have a look at support. Now, support is really important. Let me just share my screen. Share. Here we go. So help.newzenler.com. This is where you need to be. Now on the tutorial site, if you scroll right down to the very bottom, it's being revamped at the moment. You can see there's a little link there, technical support. Let me just pull that up here. Let me just go down here, tech support. Click on there and it will take you to the same place. So contact us via support@zenler.com. That's the email, so you can email in if you wish, or you can come in via here. We're happy to help. Best way to reach Zenler support is by reaching the help desk via support@zenler.com, or you can submit a ticket if you want to submit a ticket. So you can fill this out if you don't have access to your, for example, what your email is, what your subject is, detailed description, your name, your Zenler site URL, really important. Screen recording, Loom video, and your attachments. So that's what you need to do. So how does it work? So support@zenler.com is for technical support. So this isn't a how do I add a PDF into a course, because we've got educational support for that. It's not a how do I put a price onto a course. That's educational support. This is, I've set my funnel up, I've been through the tutorials, I've deployed it, nobody can sign up, I've done the troubleshooting, I've gone on to maybe the live support desk on Thursday and nobody can solve it for me. Or I'm trying to delete something and it won't delete. Why won't it delete? There's a problem. So things like that are technical support. So there's quite a big difference between education and technical support. When you've decided and you know you require technical support, then you email us in or you fill out this form. Now, we do ask you to put in a video. So is often referenced because it's free. And you can just do a recording of your screen with audio and say, right, this is what I'm doing, this is what's going wrong, this is what's happening. Can you help me, please? Thank you very much. Or this is what should be happening. Can you help? And you attach that and you send that over. If you put it in your own email system, just send it as an attachment. So you go in there, type support@zenler.com, go, right, need this help, here's my Loom video. If you just try and describe what the problem is, often we have to then try and recreate it, and that can take time. If it's an issue that's just in your account or on your PC or on your browser or stuff that's going on now, we'll probably never be able to recreate it. So by you showing us what you see, it means that we can work faster to resolve your problem. We actually don't, we understand it because we can see it. Okay? So it's really, really, really important that that's how we do that. Now, support is normally quite quick. There's been different response times quoted between 2 hours to 12 hours. Um, I would say you're pretty much guaranteed to get a response by the next day. Obviously, peak times are when we've done a launch or we've released a new feature, like we just released communities and we're upgrading communities already, and there's new bits going on now. They might take a little bit longer because lots of people are coming in for the educational support via tech support because it's not quite working right for them. So we do have hot spots throughout the course of the year where we do big releases like that, and that does slow down the response time. Now, whether you use the ticketing system or whether you use the email system, doesn't matter which one. What will happen is once that's been sent off, you'll get an email back. Even on the ticket, you'll get an email come back to your email to say your request has been received. Here's your ticket number. You're in the queue to be served. It's a queued system. So it basically, in whatever order they come in, there is no priority. That's how they get dealt with. So providing you've got that ticket number come back to you, it means we've received it and you don't need to worry. If you've sent it and 15 minutes has gone by and you're sure you put the right email address in, you've looked in spam and all of that, you've added supporters in there to your address book, so it doesn't go into spam, hopefully. You should do that anyway, to be fair. Then that probably means that for some reason it hasn't gone through. So you need to just go in and resubmit that email again, and hopefully at that point it will go through. I don't think I can recall many occasions where people have put it in more than once and it hasn't gone through. It's normally a typo or something as you type it in. That's normally why it doesn't come back. But generally speaking, you'll get that ticket number come back, and then you just got to wait. As I say, most of the time people are back quite quickly. If it's a deeper issue that's going on, something that maybe it is with a new feature and something you've found a bug in the system, then maybe that'll take us a bit longer to come back. But the key is do a loan, fill out the form properly, make sure you get that ticket number back, and then you'll get the fastest possible response that we can give you at that time. So that's technical support. Pretty straightforward, I think. We don't have live chat. We do live educational support. So Mamie does that on a Thursday between 4 and 6 p.m. GMT. And in there you can come in and ask other questions. It's not it's a failing question. It's well, I want to do this, I want to do that. How do I do that? Where can I find that? And she'll guide you around and help you find the educational resources you need to do that. But we don't have a live technical support area where you can go to. Best we've got is our ticketing system, and it works really, really well. So if you need help in that way, then go off and have a look at that. It may just be what you're looking for. So let me just stop sharing my screen for a moment. I'm going to come in and see if I've got anybody in here with me. I don't right now, that's fine. So I'm going to move on to the second part of office hours. And the second part of office hours is where we talk about an element of the platform itself that you may well not be quite sure on how to use. And today I thought I'd mix it up a bit. I've not done it on this one before, so I wanted to do it on this part of the Zenler site. So I'm going to take me off camera for a moment. So if we go to site, so we're logged in. This is just my educational site. I just mess about in here and break things and do all sorts of things. So we're going to go through these in more depth next week, starting with a new workshop. We'll get onto that in a little minute. But I wanted to come over here, and we sort of looked at the site settings and branding last week, and that covered quite a few areas people were a little unfamiliar with. What I want to cover now is the home page. So the home page, that's your main page. So www.xyz.com. That would be your home page, okay? As an example. Or training.xyz.com. That could be your home page, whatever you decide it to be. Now in Zenler, we have the opportunity to have what we call a logged in page and a logged out page. So a logged out page is where someone doesn't have access to anything. They're not logged up or signed up for your platform. Therefore, they're just visiting it. It's what's publicly available to everybody, irrespective of whether they're members of your site or not members of your site. So this is more of a traditionally website focused type of environment. So this would have maybe your opt-ins on here. It might have some of your courses on here. You know, the homepage is really there to guide people around. That's its job. You don't need to get too caught up on it because in a marketing website, as an example, only about 10% of your people ever land on your homepage anyway. They tend to come in via social links that you've put pages out on, or they've come and found you in the search engines and they've found a different page. It might be a speciality page that you've done, or a blog post, or something like that. So we don't need to overly stress about our homepage. I know we feel like it's the entrance to our kingdom, but what it really is if people do land on there because, yeah, I don't know, maybe you've met someone and they can remember your name, but they can't remember the page that they've got to go to, and you're um, uh, Frank's um, Frank's feline cattery or something, and they can't remember to go to .com/page/course/train your cat or whatever it is. They'll just remember the first bit of your website, and that's probably where they'll go to. And most people in their marketing, as in, you know, if you've got banner stands or you've got business cards or you've got things like that, or you set profiles up online, you tend to put your homepage URL on there. So you get around about, on average, about 10% of your traffic organically going to your homepage. So although not critical, it is still very important. Now the homepage, its only real job as a logged out traditional type of homepage is to navigate people around. You know, what are you looking for? If you want to give us an opt-in, then that's great. Um, Generally, for informational based businesses, like you would be as a course creator, rather than here, come and buy my cat harness. You know, you don't necessarily need a great relationship for that. It's just they want to come to an e-com site and go off and buy a cat harness. That's not really what Zenler's for. Um, so traditionally, it will be, you know, if you can grab an opt-in, that's great. But you want to sort of direct them around a little bit. Here's our blog. Here's this. Here's our courses. This is our main membership. Whatever it is, and people can start to find what it is that they're looking for on your website. Then we can, of course, have what we call this, which is a logged in page. So someone is a member of our site, they've bought a course, they come over to your URL, xyz.com, and they go to the login area, they've bought something or they've signed up for your site and they go and log in. They can then see a different home page. So if they then go to a home page, where do they go? Well, on both cases, it's up to you as to where you direct them and what they see. Now, for a logged in page, traditionally for a course creators area, let's just go over to our pages, which are down here. You might well take them to my courses. So let's just have a quick look at that. So rather than going to the home page, they're logged in. Where do they go? They go to my courses. Okay. So that could be somewhere that you take them. You could take them to an adapted version of the homepage, which is this one. So this is my logged out page. So it says sign up, right? You can't sign up if you want to sign in. So it could be that. It's really up to you, but it does give you the opportunity to do different things on a logged in page that you might not want to necessarily do on a logged out, because on a logged in page, people tend to know you at some level to the point where they've said, here's my email address, so I'm coming into your sphere, your world, right? And people want to, that's trust process has started to come through. It's started to be built upon. So what can we do or offer to people generically, because it's hard to filter through, that could be useful for people that are coming on there? Well, we can put things like member-only webinars that we might do for free. We could do, and that could be available to everybody that's got to sign up to your site. So remember, a sign up might not necessarily mean a paying client. It might just be someone that's committed to a freebie, an opt-in, or whatever, something like that. They could be a lead, for example. So you might want to be a bit careful as to how you play this. Now, you could do an opted-in type of offer. So there are people that come in, they've signed up. Well, it's a bit like with a mailing list. When they come and sign up to your mailing list, you want to sort of give them something that maybe is a bit better than they can just get on your own website without having to sign up for anything. So we tend to give them something a bit more of value. And this is where we can start to craft our own idea. We might decide, actually, if you become a logged in user, I want to filter you into one of my communities. So therefore you might have a community sign up there. So you might put them, at the moment you would do that by setting up a course when they join the course, say enroll, and get added directly into the community. So you might decide to do that because you want to build your community, and you could put them into a community of people that are just free users. They just want a bit more information. They could be into one of your more public communities, and therefore they help with getting involved in conversations and the SEO side of running a public community through Zenler. You might decide that you want to give them a bit of a taster course, whether they've bought or not bought before, but they've opted in, and go, right, okay, as you're here, you've just signed in. Hey, this month I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to give you away two parts of my 20-part course. This is for people that are already signed in, so my stuff only. If you want it, you can get it for free, and if you want the rest of the course, you get a discount via this coupon code. And you can keep that all private behind your logged in page. What I would say is, if you're going to start doing stuff like that, just be careful that you keep it up to date. So if you're running a special deal for people each month, then make sure that you change the dates on it, that you update it, and make sure that when you run it for you is when you run it for. Because otherwise it's quite easy to forget that maybe you've set that up. So yeah. So homepage logged out, homepage logged in. Very, very useful elements of Zenler that I think people don't use effectively enough. You could, for logged in users as well, take them directly to your main offer. So if you've got a membership that you offer publicly, you could take them directly to a different one that takes them into the same membership, but gives them a better deal. That could be an option. So yeah, there's lots of things that you can do, but think about a strategy behind, how would you help your logged in users more and enable them to get more involved in what you're offering, normally in a paid capacity. And that's really the question you've got to answer with the logged in page. The logged out pages, traditionally, as we know, we need it. Right, my goal is to get you to sign up or sign into something. And if we want to give you a funnel or whatever, then come and sign up, come and get it, and that's it. And we'll get you in that way. So logged in and logged out pages, very, very useful things. Give them a thought. If you are using, because that could be quite interesting to know what you're doing with them. And of course, if you're not, then why not? You need to go and have a think about that and see whether it's something that you want to go on and use for the future. So there we go. So that's this week's Office Hours Live. So a quick whistle stop tour and discussion over home pages, logged in, logged out, and how you can use them to really propel your business forward. Remember, we do have live events going on each week. So today, Thursday, we've got live support desk, which is running 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. Tuesday, we're launching, and you'll see this in your emails, so do check it out. It's going to be really, really good. We're doing a Tour of Zenler Workshop. So it's running from next Tuesday, and it's running for about 3 weeks. Come along and join that. We're going to do a live Q&A during each session as well. So we're going to be touring you around different elements of the Zenler platform. Stuff's changed recently. The new branding's gone in. got communities coming, we've got other things that are happening and changing and updating. And this is a really good opportunity for you to come along with one of the team. There'll probably be 2 of us on at a time. To just show you around those areas to get you more familiar with it. And if you're thinking about upgrading, good opportunity to do it. If you've already upgraded and you're not using certain elements, great opportunity for you to say, hey, what's this bit do? What's that bit do? Could I use this for that, etc., etc. So look out for the email sign up for that. That's going to be really, really good. That starts next Tuesday. We've also got other lives in between. So if you do see one of the team on live, do come along and say hi. Put a thumbs up and say nice to see you. That would be really, really good. But apart from that, office hours will be back next week. Obviously, it's February, it's a short month. So we've only had 4 weeks in this month. So it feels like it's flown by. So we are back next week though. Probably be on Wednesday because that's in between the workshop days. So look out for that. And it will be an absolute pleasure to see as many of you as we can on the live workshop itself. It should be really, really good. I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, listen, everyone, have a great day. Thank you for those that have come along onto Office Hours Live. If you're watching this on the replay, do stick a question in if you've got one, and we'll always come back to you. I'll put the link to the sign up for the Tour of Zenler Workshop starting next week underneath this particular video. You will get emails, and there'll be a couple of other lives just talking about it during the course of the next 2 or 3 days. So look out for that. It'd be great to see you on board. And I'll catch you on the next Office Hours Live, if not before. Thanks, everyone. See you later.